going on, Jerome's? So I wanted to take a moment for a raw, real rant because everyone and their mom, like including Vegas, including Vikings fans, including Lions fans, including just whatever, like there are goat herders in the Himalayas that think that the Vikings are going to lose on Sunday to the Lions, and hey, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Like everyone has been counting out the Vikings all season, like winning all these tight games, you can't win by 10 points, blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, and you know. I actually like it. I actually thrive on the disrespect because I feel like as an underdog, like no one expects to see you coming. Whereas if you're the favorite, it's like everyone has these high expectations of you. It's like, hey, if you never have a goal in life, you'll never be disappointed. And I tell you, it feels phenomenal. Or dodgeball aside, but the Vikings, I mean, everyone's looking at the Lions' last 5 games. Ooh, they're 4-1. Congratulations, awesome! Like they're putting up big points. Jared Goff is looking less like Jared Goff, and Jamal Williams is scoring 95,000 touchdowns. That's awesome. Aiden Hutchinson is looking good. And respect, Detroit is a good football team. I love Dan Campbell as a coach, but everyone is on their jock. Just everyone is on the Lions bandwagon right now, but it's okay. I mean, hey, one team is 10-2 and looking to secure the division, and also looking at the 2 seed, maybe even the 1 seed. The Lions are 5-7, and everyone just say, "Oh, what if they make the playoffs? What about it? What about it?" Right? Say, hey, guess what? The Vikings' last 5 games are also 4-1, and plus they have taken care of business against. They played 5 of the top defenses in the league over the last 5 games, and guess what? They're 4-1 in those games. They put up 26 offensive points, 33 total against the Patriots. They put up 27 against the Jets. So hey, it's okay. I mean, the Vikings defense, yes, it's a work in progress, but they've also ended 4 games on a DB takeaway. So, hey, including Lions game, by the way. Hey, Josh Metella says hello. And, week 3, that game where the Lions built up a 10-point lead twice. And then Kirk Cousins and this team came all the way back, and that's got to stick in your craw because guess what? Dan Campbell screwed that game up. The Lions should have won that game. Absolutely, but you didn't. Like, ifs and buts were candies and nuts, every day would be Christmas. And guess what? last year, everyone was saying, like, oh, I mean, the Vikings are losing all these close games. Obviously, they suck. Whereas now they're winning these close games, and still the narrative is obviously they suck. It's ridiculous. I mean, you don't go 9-0 in one-score games by accident. It does take skill. It does take fortitude. It does take good coaching in tight situations. It does take the players digging down deep, the intestinal fortitude, and making one play. One big play when it matters, and this team has done it over and over and over again. And Sunday, hey, I mean, the Vikings are like 2.5-point underdogs now. They opened up as 2.5-point favorites, so you're having a 5-point swing in the betting line. It's okay. Woo! Just gives me better odds, on the money line, and shut up and take my money, or a couple of jelly beans. Doesn't matter, because I think this entire season has been about disrespect, where everyone and their mom thought the Vikings were going to finish 3rd or 4th in the division. Probably going to finish like 6-11, 7-10 if everything goes right with a new regime and blah blah blah. But guess what? The Vikings came into the season and are just like F you, 10-2, and people point to point differential. No one's ever talked about point differential in the history of anything, but the fact that the Vikings allegedly got blown out in their 2 losses by 2 of the best teams in the NFL right now by large margins, and then they've been winning tight. It distorts things. Because guess what? Who would like to have won some of those close games? The Lions, the Packers, everyone, right? But the Vikings won those games, and now they're moving forward. And guess what? This locker room believes. Like, this locker room is taking in all of this disrespect. They're taking in all of this talk. Is like, hey, after the Vikings beat the Jets, it's like, oh, it's a moral victory for the Jets, blah, blah, blah. No, it's nonsense. It's ridiculous. And they're going to internalize it, and they're going to harness it and turn it into aggression. That's exactly what's going to happen, because I think this team is going to be fired up. I think that they have a chance to silence a lot of critics on Sunday, where as much as like an in-division noon game between the Vikings and the Lions can be, because everyone is all up on Detroit. Everyone's putting their money on it, and guess what? They're going to lose. They're going to lose. Daddy's going to win. The Vikings are going to win. They're going to take care of business in the Motor City on Sunday. They're going to turn the high-energy Detroit Lions back into the low-energy Detroit Lions, and springboard. This is the start of the run. This is the start of the Vikings winning games convincingly, taking care of business, putting themselves in position potentially for the 1 seed, because I think the Eagles will drop a couple games, maybe at the Giants, definitely at the Cowboys. Bring it. Bring it on, because it's like a microcosm for life. Like, everyone's hating on you. No one's expecting anything. Everyone's building up lesser people than you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, let your results do the talking. That's exactly what the Vikings are going to do Sunday. Give me Vikings 31, Lions I don't know, 20, something like that. I'm about to kick somebody's ass. I want to see it, man. That's right. But that's Raw Real Rant. Skull, no production value.